It's time. It's season number 7 of this West Indies rebuild, and it's actually one of the most crazy seasons we have ever come across. Remember, this is Test cricket only. We find ourselves on a winning streak of one series, but there's 2 test matches there. We have bad draws against Zimbabwe and Ireland, but this episode, we're playing Bangladesh at home. Chance of victory, I hear you say. We beat them 2-0 away in 2025-26. We're playing them away in 2 test matches as well. We've got the red carpet 5 test matches away in England, and we've got Zimbabwe. There's a chance here, if you ask me, for points, and points is something we do not have. We started on 8 here, we've been down, we've been up, we've been round, and we're on a dip. But I feel we're just about to come out, which would be highly recommended considering since we've started this game, we've not been the best team. In fact, our 33 win percentage is behind Bangladesh. We're the second worst. But look, we're 2-0, we're 100% this year, we're on the rise. And we got some more views in terms of trying to get player selection. Created this view, you can customise it, you can change it. Basically, the lines are set at a 50 strike rate and a 40 average. So we can dig in to domestic cricket to try and find the right guys that's going to score us runs. Last year, we've found some players, haven't we? The top 6 is the problem we've got in this team. But I firmly believe in some of the selection that we're making. Louis and Belgrave, we've got a 1 and 3 in our lineup. That is pretty good. 720 runs at 43. 984 at 54. I love that. Shai Hope's still going to be around. He's cracking on. He's 36 years old. 7 centuries. It's not a lot for 84 test matches, but he's still doing bit. Hilton has got to be given the time. 22 years old. He averaged 58 in domestic cricket last year. 46 average overall. He's got 350s for us. And this is over the course of the last 3 seasons in domestic cricket. He's very much right at the top. One of the best averages going around in this top right-hand corner. An average of 58, a strike rate of 68. He's excellent. Kendall Wright averaged 30 from 9 tests, 25 years old, 37 one-day internationals. He averaged 51 last year, 4 centuries, 5 centuries, an average of 44 overall. And again, if we look at this, he's one of the better players around. An average of 71 was a 100th percentile for batting average in first-class cricket last year of people that scored a minimum of 250 runs. And his performance plus average was 1.93, which essentially means he was 93% better than the match average. The 6 hole is where we come a little unstuck. Peters has been given a decent run in the team, to be fair. He had 9 games in average 26 with only 150. And Anderson, who was a bit of a mainstay for us for 39 test matches, he's done all of that under us. But Kevlon has started to let us down. Only averaged 25 last year, 191, which I think was 91 then out to win a game. An average of 21 the year before. There's a lot to dislike about that. And it gets us thinking we need another guy to maybe take over Anderson in the top 6. And at the moment, I'm looking at Sebastian Allain. Some of the butchering of names on this series has been awful. Apologies. But he's played one-day international cricket. He's got a century to his name. Averages 42 in domestic ODI cricket this year. First-class average of 45. And if we look at him on here, he's constantly 500 runs. Excellent batting percentile. Excellent strike rates as well. The other guy's Joel Lewis, who's averaging 51 and is only 23-year-old. We've got a thing for picking young players. Now, he has been excellent. Lots of runs, great averages. 85th percentile for average last year with 722 rubs. He's not just butchering people's names, it's typing. Add to that a 53 average in second team cricket. He makes the squad. But we've been around the roundabout with opening bats, so let's look there. Perez was the guy that we brought in, an average of 40 in his first-class career. He's come into the team and he's averaged 8. He's only been given 2 test matches, but we have given opportunities to quite a lot of players. McCarthy had a couple of test matches, Perez has had some, Brathwaite averaging 27. I saw calls for him coming back in the chat. I'm a couple of seasons ahead when recording, but a 27 average. A 27 average for Chanderpaul, 29 average for Kali Charan. Even though there's a couple of centuries there, that's a long conveyor belt of games he's had to not perform. I think the guy we're going to look at to open is going to be this guy, Semple. Good runs, good averages year on year, centuries each year, career average of 40.62 and a second team average of 45. It is a toss-up between him and Charles. Charles averages 47 in second team cricket and 44 in domestic cricket from 17 games. Temple's got a couple more centuries, doesn't quite average as much. Charles is the guy, but does mean Perez is going to drop out. And generally with the ball, we've been very good. We've got some really good bowlers come through. Gamroop averages 30, Thorne 168 wickets at 28, Ned averages 22, and Jaden Seals averages 31. I feel they are in a very strong position. And if you want to look at what's coming through, you can always look at the second team 3-day averages. We gave Blackman a little bit of a run out, just 3 test matches, but he's only played 8 domestic games. It's not really enough to see he's averaging 25. Rodney has got an incredible average. He's come in and he's averaging 39 in one-day cricket. It's part of the problem. 109 first-class wickets at 26. So there are some young players coming through, but with the ball, we're going to stay as it is, and we're also going to stay how it is with going to a batting wicket, trying to build these guys into studs, get them scoring runs in the first 15 games. I don't know if it matters. I know the first 15 games gives you a good baseline for how good a player is, but I firmly believe that the more runs they score in the first 15 games, the better they're going to be. And at the moment, I'm all about that. So here we go. It's a big campaign for us. We're bottom of the Test World Championship. Again, Test World Championships that South Africa went and won by 1 wicket. And we're taking in our home form, which is good for us. Some good results there. We actually win the odd test match at home, but we've got control of the wicket, which does help. And actually, we've come a long way since playing Bangladesh, where we lost 2-0 at home. Hopefully, we go on and give a better performance. So Anderson will be dropped for the first time in his 39 test match career. There was a lot to like about you, Anderson, but you've just let us down over time, particularly 8 wickets, 88. He was never a bowler, but I asked a lot of him at times. Louis continues as captain. Charles comes in as debutant, age 26. All the top 6 are under the age of 29. Shai Hope's the old guard, and the bowler's oldest player is 29. Carl Myers is still begging for a game. So here we go. Massive episode for us. Let's kick in. We've won the toss. We're going to bat on a road. Not that much of a road. Definitely not that much of a road. We've actually just been rolled for 137 in less than 50 overs. Lewis comes in on debut, scores 2. Charles scores 29 off 40 with a 6 thrown into good mixer. Great strike rate, particularly for us. But this is very similar. We've got Hope at 7, so there's depth with the batting, but we lose the last 5 wickets, 6 wickets for 9 runs. Very us. They've got a lead, but not as much as you might think, because Gamroop steps up again. Love this guy. 2.56 economy rate. I was about to say a 9 economy rate. That's his average. 7 wickets, 64 runs, 4 maidens, 5 played and missed, 2 LBW appeals. The guy is an absolute stud muffin. He's only 25 years old. He's already got 119 wickets at 29 with 5 fifers. We're not completely out this game. I'll keep saying it is a road. We can get the predicted innings score of 320. Game on. We're bowled out for 106. It's a batting deck. It's actually a batting deck. 4 of the top 6 gone for single digits. Islam has rolled through a 7 for 25 for that young man. 29 years old, ranked number 28 in the world. 156 wickets at 29. He's a Gamroop, but he's had a wonderful day out there. Our bottom order goes, we're 5 for 67. 5 for 90, bowled out for 106, and we lose by 9 wickets. You've got to say, that's a disappointing way to start. It's also worth noting, sneakily, we're a 4-star rated team. That just must be based on the quality of the bowling, not the batting. 213 all out. It's still a road to bat on, but we've performed very well here because they had a good start to this game. They were 1 for 83, 213 all out. Thorne and Gamroop only picked up 1, but Jaden Seals in partnership with Ned, who got 27 overs. I've listened to the advice. He's had a good couple of seasons, Ned, increasing his bowling vastly from where he was, really, and he put in a mighty fine performance on a good deck. Wow. 449. It's all hail the man. Louis again with a wonderful innings. 238, his second double century of the series. He's the best player that we've got by a long way. 57 strike rate is excellent. It was consistent throughout. There was runs all around the wicket. He's now averaging, call it 45 in Test cricket with 10 centuries and a century every 4 matches. There's also a 50 for Lewis for the very first time. A good effort. 2 catchable shots in there. Quite controlled, lots of rotation of the strike going on there. Been in wonderful first class form, so good to see him kick in. Charles hasn't got a score yet, couple of starts. only 88 to win. They bat really well here and get 323. Hussain with 100, Hadir with a 50, Hassan with a 66. But we rolled through the back end. Hassan Shakib got retired hurt in the first innings, which helps immensely. But Jaden Seals with another 4, Ned with a 3, and control 1.84. Economy rate, we're in a good position. Do we lose this game? Never. And we finish well. Charles with a first test match 50, coming up off 35 balls actually. He went pretty balls to the wall. Yeah, about 35 balls. Good performance. We're going to split the series. And Louis, well, excellent. Double 100, won a match, essentially. Charles averaging 37 from 2 games, happy with that. 2 games is a real hard amount to work out if you get going, but Kingsley Wright definitely did anything other than get going. If you really look at it, that's a poor series. Even by Kelly Charan's status, that's a poor series. And with the ball, we got good support. Thorne had a down series, considering how good he's been for us, but economy rate's excellent. World ranking points, still stays on 69. So 5 tests in England. This is not going to be easy. We know that. We've played against England once. We actually did okay in this series. We lost 3-1. And no huge changes to the team, but there is quite a lot of movement. Semple comes into the squad, but Charles is going to retain his place. Belgrave is going to play with Hilton, Ryde and Lewis in the top 6, so I hope will be there. Gamroop, Thorne, Ned and Jaden Seals will be the brunt of the bowling attack again. Bishop comes in, who got a test match. He's an all-rounder. Can bat with his 22 average, 2 centuries to his name, averages 21 with the ball, so potentially something we can do there. Joseph comes in. Rodders comes in. Shani Rodney, 26 years old. He comes on the back of pretty decent life. 109 wickets at 26. An excellent second team average as well. Second versus 10th. Conditions, well, it's going to spin, but it's also going to be overcast as well. I feel there might be something in picking the extra seamer here. Likewise, we know how poor our batting can be, particularly our tail. So this is the conundrum you're always in. We're staying as we are. 3 seamers, 1 spinner. 5-star against 4-star. We're batting. It's doing bits. 229 all out. Hilton with a well-made 79. Hope with 61. But other than that, the partnerships were very average indeed. We didn't get anything going. Vic East, 26 years old. 3 for 62 for him. He's averaging 30 in Test cricket with 250 Test wickets. So he's been pretty decent. Ollie Pope was the 4th bowler used. Not quite sure what's going on there. It's almost like the computer just selected the wrong bowler. As well as Dylan Darcy, who has now bowled 25 overs in Test cricket. Not sure why that happened when they had Shahab Bashir and Rian Ahmed. Okay, 110 behind. Wales, we've spoken about him in a previous series. He gets 100 off 167. 5 played and missed, but a pretty decent knock for a guy averaging 63 down the order. Pope batting at number 7 as well. Not sure what's going on there. I found he's not that great on the game. He's averaging 39 in his career. We bowled the seamers a lot here. It was overcast. We were on and off for rain a little bit. Didn't get the opportunity to use Ned. When I did, it wasn't really the right time. Uneven bounce, turning pitch, overcast conditions. Good luck. Great. 228 all out. No one got a 50. Belgrave and Wright gave us some confidence. Our run rate here, for us, who normally score at like a 45 strike rate, was actually really high. But then, unfortunately, life happens and the bottom of my order just falls away. 120 to win. Not a bad effort. We lose by 4. Thorne picks up 4 for 60. He rolls through them a bit. Finley Bean with 28 top scoring for them. He's averaging 31 in his Test career. Zach Crawley, interesting enough, Zach Crawley played a domestic game in West Indies in this save. Came over, had a game, scored 98 and left. But the main crux is we're 1-0 down, and we deserve to be 1-0 down because our batting wasn't good enough in the conditions we were playing in. This time, it's definitely... You know, if it was sunny and the wear was like that, I'd be all over getting 2 spinners into the team. But because it's not, I feel like I really need the seamers. Thorne's averaging 40, but he did just have like a breakout innings going on there. Also, some worries about this batting lineup. We've got Elaine who we can bring in, and we've got Semple. But I feel it's programmed into the game that the guys coming through in West Indies cricket aren't as strong as the other ones. That would make perfect sense because that's how it is in real life. And the top stars are very few and far between. And at the moment, we're seeing that where guys are coming in with good county averages aren't good enough to make the transition. I'm also picking them really young as well. Oh, when we go. 186 all out. The batting is in a bad spot. It was not good conditions for batting, but even so, the spin picked up 6 wickets. We've got no answer. 200 behind. This could be an innings defeat. Wales scores another 100, 102 off 160. It's another good strike rate. Guy is in great form. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 centuries in his last 5 innings in Test cricket. Ned gets 4, bowls a lot of overs. The seamers bowl. We bowled a lot of overs in this, but they just get partnerships. This 112 Wales and Pope. You think you could get through them. He had another 180 on for the last 5 wickets. There's disparity. We're playing different levels. We've got a chance. I can't believe I'm saying this, because at one stage we're 3 for 71, staring down the barrel, but look what happens. Hilton and Lewis, 277 run partnership, like an RKO from out of nowhere. Hilton scores at an 81 strike rate, maiden Test match century, takes him up to an average of 40. Oh, maybe it's time. We just need a little bit more time and our love will surely grow. And the same for Joel Lewis, an 84 strike rate, 1 LBW appeal. He's cashed in his chips, 4 games, he's averaging 40. We've solved the middle order, and they need 312 to win on a pitch which is doing bits and turning, and we're favourites. 9 to win for England. Of course they could knock them off. They are now officially favourites. Darcy is on 88 off 126. 2 LBW appeals, he's survived. It's coming down to the wire. Jaden Seals has been on fire, but they've had solid partnerships throughout. 9 to win. Even though the ball is only 6 overs old. Oh, I'm going with Thorne for an over. Thorne into Darcy. Oh, he's knocked him over. He has absolutely knocked him over. It's a stroke of genius. Thorne with the wicket. 1 to win. 8 wickets. 8 wickets, 8 runs to win 1 wicket. Seals into Shower. Bashiri goes past the outside edge. 4 to win. They're getting so close. Jaden Seals, 6 wickets. Cap it off, son. Oh no, Bashir's done it. He's pumped it away for 4. England win by a wicket. We've had a few games like this where we've taken it down, Sid Waddell, to the absolute wire. But that is a phenomenal, just a phenomenal performance from a young team. Maybe just starting to come of age. In Louis, we've got someone. In Belgrave, we've got someone. In Hilton and Lewis, we've seen some of the biggest scores we've seen all series. And they're our players. And they're our young players, age 23. Lewis, age 24. As a famous company once said, the future's bright. The future's West Indies. Now, if we could just solve right at number 4, 13 tests and averaging 26, I'll be pretty happy. We have got Elaine chomping at the bit, who's got a lot more first-class games, but not quite as good a record. We stay as we are. We're 0-2 in England, about to lose a 5 test match series, maybe even lose it 5-0. But that moment has reinvigorated. It stirred the pot. It's stirring up the series. Gamroot with 5. England choose to bat on day 1. We blitz them. 65.2 overs, 164 runs. 5 for the Gamster. He picks them up. 1 drop catch in there as well. But his bowling for us is really, really critical. Even though there's some big one-fers here, there's moments, isn't there? There's big plays. We're taking the lead of 125, ladies and gentlemen. We're in this series. The series might be dead in about 3 minutes' time. But Hilton has done it again. He scores 93 off 155. A real pretty chanceless sort of innings, but he's coming alive in Test cricket. 250s and a century in a series in England. There's something potentially pretty special there. 50 for Shy Hope as well. Darcy, he comes good again. He's had a good series, Darcy. An 88, meaningful 88 and 118. 379. It's going to be 255 to win. It might be too many for us. We've not chased that down very often. Nothing for the Nedster, but Thorne, Gamroot and Seals doing enough to make this game very competitive. Predictor likes England. The predicted score's 217. The top order could struggle, but it doesn't look the worst for batting. We lose by 26. The predictor wasn't far off. I thought we were going to do it. We were 6 for 214 and 228 all out. It happens all the time. Our bowlers are good, but they can't hold a bat at all. Belgrave scores a century off 174 balls at a very decent 58 strike rate. Good knock for him. He's got starts actually throughout the series, but pumps that average back up to 37. We're 3-0 down in the series, but actually we've competed really well in small doses. Charles is struggling at the top of the order. Now, is he getting blown away early? There's a couple of starts in there, eh? I wonder whether we make the move and just see Semple with his 40 average. You think Charles is the better player, multi-format sort of player for us. So we'll hold strong as we are. We're 3-0 down. We've got nothing to lose. We've lost the toss again. If anyone knows how to get Darty out, please just give me a quick shout, because the kid is in form. 125, 118 and 89. Ranked 30th in the world. I don't think that's going to stay like that very often, because he's averaging 50 in Test cricket with 10 centuries to his name. We bowled reasonably well. We picked up wickets, but there was always solid partnerships throughout. They bat really deep. Gus Atkinson scored centuries for us in the England save. He's batting at 9. That's on me. 2-3-3 all out. We had a partnership going with Lewis and Hope, and I just started to push the ante a little bit, and it fell apart. Rian Ahmed picked up 5. Again, we've got this weird Darcy and Pope thing. I feel like that's a game fault going on. 4-6-3 to win. They bat well. 3-5-3. Started well at the top. Zach Crawley got his first bunch of runs in the series, really. He needed that. Holstad's had a couple of decent starts. What's that? England. He's playing for England. 147 doing what? Is that a one-day game? Surely not. It's not an ODI game. It's obviously warm-up game. First class game. Don't know. He's played a game there in between. Ollie Pope again runs down the order. Frustrating. That partnership down the end. 5 for Ned. I feel like he needed this. He's had a relatively quiet series for us. Since he got world number 1, his head's in a different space. But it is a turning. Average bounce wicket. Chasing 460 against England. And we're in and out for 120. No surprises here. Belgrave Wright, the only guys that got any runs. Louis got out first ball. He's actually having a really poor series. He's having a really poor episode, other than that one score of 238. It's a tough place to come and play cricket. But Charles was coming in average 21. So last game, Semple is going to come in for a game. What do we do with Lewis? That's the question. He's got a century, he's got a 50. Century, 50s. Century, 50s. Like, if you can score a century, you're not bad. Just want to check the current Gamroop averaging 41 versus England. I thought he would have done better in these conditions, to be honest. The Thorne Gamroop situation isn't quite working out as well as I'd like. I actually don't feel I've got a lot out of Shy Hope this year either. Averaging 27. I'd hope for a little better stability around the back end of the innings. This looks more like the sort of pitch where we could go for a Bishop, who is a decent bat. So it bumps people up. Also means that Wright and Charles are out. We're 4-0 down. We're just trying to work out who's going to play the next series against Bangladesh. Semple on debut. We've finally won a toss. That's not bad. 350. I thought we were going to get another century from Lewis. He was one of the last players out for 96. This has been a good series for him. There's been a 163, a 96. Not too many fails, but getting in and getting out a little bit. 76 for Hilton. Again, he's not had a bad series for us, has he? 192, 79, 93, 76. He's been good. This Bishop thing... I've bought him in twice. He did get runs, didn't he? He got like a 41 not out, but I swear he's got like 2 ducks out of the 2 ducks out of the 3 innings that he's played for us. All right. Hello, game on. Nice to see you. Bowled them out for 197. 3 for Ned, 2 for Bishop. Never to be said to a Bishop. 5 wickets at 29. Something going on there. Gamroop and Thorne got some early wickets as well, but we're taking a 156 run lead. Well, it's a good job because we've just been rolled for 111. Lewis last man out for 38. East 4, but Bashir and Ahmed, bang, bang, bang. Middle order doesn't know what to do or what it's coming up against, and they only need 268 to win on a pitch that isn't that bad. But it does help when first ball Thorne gets Crawley. Lose. We get swept 5-0 against England. 269 for 7 for England. Malik with 84. Wales and Pope, and just partnerships towards the end. At one stage we had him 5 for 157, and I was thinking we've got a chance. But it wasn't to be. The spin didn't have the impact that we wanted it to be. We've thrown away a winning position. We go down 5-0. But I'm still holding on to the fact that I actually feel we performed quite well there. Darcy was fantastic. He averaged 52. Pope 43. Those runs down the order were so good for them. But then Malik and Wales were good, but not all of that. But their bowling was propped up by Atkinson, Ahmed and East. Both all averaged 19. We got hold of Shoaib Bashir even though he got 17 wickets. For us, I feel like a 5 test match series against England is a good way to work out how good you are. And I think we've seen with Hilton we've got something. With Lewis, average 42, 424 runs, we've got something. Wright, Belgrave, not a lot going on there. Louis had a very, very poor series. series. And with the ball, we were okay. Seals and Gamroop slightly expensive, going at 33s and 35s. Bishop came in, did a good job. Still not sure about your batting, mate. You're batting. You're supposed to be able to bat. That's the thing. But we do somehow gain a point up to 65 points. We don't want to talk about the Test World Championship, do we? 1-1, lost 9. But you can see what we're holding on to. We're holding on to moments. And we've had a few with the young batters. There's inconsistencies. Gamroop is injured. Only out for 2 days so he can stay in the squad. And just one change to the squad, really. Matara's in the squad because he's been the king of the Indies, king of domestic cricket, top wicket taker virtually every single year. 43 at 34 this year, but generally those numbers don't look too great. But he has taken a lot of wickets. Anderson's dropping out, and DJ Richards. It's called DJ Richards because there was 2 D Richards, so I needed to differentiate between the two. He comes in, backup wicket keeper because we haven't got one. 37 average the year before, 45 the year before that. He's okay. He's not our guy, but he's going to be a guy in the squad. 2 tests on a pitch which is not going to spin like I wanted it to. So we're going to have to go with the Shamar Joseph treatment. Average is 11, which is a bit of a luxury to us. Hope retains at 6. Ride at 5. Hilton slotted into that 4-hole fantastically. Belgrave had a poor series. We need someone to bat with Louis, and we need Louis to do something other than score a double century and then not score any for weeks, months. That's not a bad performance. 280, because it looked like at one stage they were going to get a lot more. They were 5 for 232. We get them for 280. Ned with 4. Bowled 25 overs very early in the piece here. When did I bring him on? Like way earlier than I normally bring on the spinner. 25th over he come in. Normally bring on the spinner about 45th, 50th is my ideal. Crikey, we're bad. 225 off 110 overs. We couldn't get the ball off the square. Now, I had Semple batting quite attacking for a long period, and he scored at a 25 strike rate. We got absolutely nailed down by this team. Louis scored at a 27 strike rate. We batted heaps of time. We batted 110 overs, but the disparity was being able to kick the ball to score and get it off the square. But that's a comeback. 189 all that. Pitch is getting harder to bat on. They do not have run rate issues. They were scoring quite freely here. But everyone chipped in with the wickets. A 2-3-2-3 sort of scorecard. It does mean it's 245 to win. The pitch is not that bad. Never in a month of Sundays were we going to get near that. 144 all out. Blown away. Hassan Saqib, sorry. He was brilliant here. Right on fast medium. 12 wickets at 11. He's cashing in against us. Conditions might favour the spin a little more here. Also worth noting, that was with having Lewis batting at number 8 there, at 7. So that just definitely did not work. Shamar Joseph is going to go out. We're going to go with Bishop. We're going extra... Are we going to go extra bowling with our batting? Are we really going to do that? I don't think we can. I actually don't think we can. Elaine's going to come in for debut. Need a result. Just under 4 stars. 290. Not bad. Belgrave with a well-made 74. This was difficult batting conditions at times. Lewis with a 68. We just can't get a big score, can we? Elaine with 40 on debut. That's quite reasonable. Peppering through the offside for the left-hander. Not a lot off his legs. Is he offside favoured batting? Yeah, strong offside preference. Now, you get the feeling this game might have gone. They get 4-4-7. There was some good stuff up top. Had him 4 for 111, and then they had another 350 runs. Chowdhury with 125, Hussain with 86, Hiradoi with 98. Bourne picks up 7 and bowls really well, but Jaden Seals, none for 154, was painful. Unfortunately for us, we got past this 30th over period, and then they batted for another 51 overs without conceding a wicket, and then another large period of about 40 overs. It was hard yak. Yeah, and we're a long way behind. 109 to win. Belgrave with a nice made 50 here. 7 boundaries in his. He did get dropped, but reasonable series for him with a couple of 50s. Lots of starts. Elaine's not had a bad first test with a 40 and a 30. Semple, maybe a little bit unlucky. Getting out, no chances at all. Again, he's had starts and a 50 in the series. Louis continues to just evade any form, meaningful form in Test cricket. The 200's gone from that list. It's actually a pretty poor run of form. Lose by 5 wickets. Ned picks up 3. We're on a bit of a bad run here. We've lost 7 straight. But I'm still holding on the fact that Lewis is now averaging 40 from 9 games. We've got him. Louis, we know, is a decent player, averaging 41. And Belgrave had a good series, averaging 38 here, averages 36.5. We've got a number 3. With the ball, generally, we're not bad. But Seals, Gamroop. Gamroop came back from injury for that second test, but Thorne and Ned were very good. But that's a bad series. We dropped below everyone. We're in 10th. Whoa. Test World Championship Australia. What is going on there? They've lost 11 straight. There's someone worse than us. What is going on there? Not a lot that we can see at the moment. They've not played much cricket this year. But with this view, we can see they lost to New Zealand by 13 runs. 8 wickets, 3 wickets. 132, 89, 338, 10 wickets against England. One that's blank for some reason. Got mauled by India. So they've been done by India, England and New Zealand. Can we play them? Another thing is they don't play a lot of domestic cricket games. So we're talking like 7 a year. So to get your stats up, it takes quite a while for a player. I'm just looking here at first class centuries. Brathwaite 37, but then there's huge drops off. And Kalicharan we've tried Wickham, we've tried Anderson. Perez has had a little run. Athanasi started in the team. McCaddy's been in the team. Makes it incredibly difficult to get people that make a difference. Here we go. The biggie. 2 tests against Zimbabwe. We've drawn with Bangladesh. 5-0 against England, 5-0 against Bangladesh. Now this. Semple is out injured, so Charles is going to get potentially the final 2 test matches of his career away. Look, we're getting these funky weather patterns as well. It's doing bits. So Shy Hope, currently averaging 21 this year, 37 the previous year, 47. It's not a good path to be on. Career average of 31. I've got DJ Richards chomping at the bit, ready to go. I'd love to play 2 spinners, but it just doesn't feel right. I've got Sione Rodney, who we could bring. He does average 15 with the bat as well, but we've said he's extremely talented. 21 wickets at 21 the previous year. But I think you've lost 8 test matches straight and you're not changing your bowling, but I just don't feel the bowling's the problem. And these guys, I feel I've got to give rope to see them play. Belgrave, I know who you are. You average 36. Hilton, probably going to end up similar, like mid-30s sort of average. Louis, 40 average. Lewis could be a 40 average. So between that, we've got 4, but we need an opener and we need a 6. Shamar Joseph is in good form, making a change. He's coming in. Almost 4 stars. Wow. 416 all out, but it doesn't tell the story because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people had single digits. But Bennett and Botha just put on 265 when there was nothing else. 5 for Thorne. Bennett, 27-year-old, plays a chanceless 167 with an 82 strike rate. What's he averaging? 39. I'd love someone that could average 39. And Botha, 71 strike rate, 1 LBW appeal. 28 average. He's had a good day out. And we're following on. 177 all out. We started so well. Charles was 64. And then we went into the gumbo. He picked up 5 for 58. I can't think of anything funny to say. It was just embarrassing. Hilton, Lewis gone. Hope gone. Is all hope gone? We're making a game of it. We get 390. Louis scores 107 off 234. Very chanceless sort of innings. Pepper in leg side and offside. 11th test match century. An average up to 41.59. Lewis bats well. He's in great form in one-day cricket. He could be the real deal for us. He's been pretty good. He had the 100 against England, a 90 against England, 68 against Bangladesh. Some runs here. Averaging 41 in his career. Feel we've got something. They only need 152 on a deck. That's not all that, but it could do a little bit. We need 1 wicket. We've got them 118 for 9. It's been a procession of Joseph and Thorne. Ned's come on and taken 2 for 1. Can we clean them up? Oh, yes, we've done it. We've beat Zimbabwe. It's a famous victory, a come-from-behind victory, one that we didn't deserve to win, one that we were following on, but we still went and did it. Thorne with 3, Joseph with 3, 2 for Gamroot, 2 for Ned. Man of the match for Louis, 107, and a 30. You win a match after following on. Yeah, I did. That's good. That means we've won 2 matches this episode. That's a good episode for us. You know what I'd love? A century for Belgrave and a century for Elaine. Let's win a series. That's a performance. 163 all out. Gamroot 6 for 42. Rolls through the top order. Picks up 1, 2 and 3 and 5 in the order. Both are no big tons for you today. Good bowling performance. They were scoring at a big strike rate. There is turn in the wicket. It is going to do bits. Could be a good day for Ned in the second innings. We've got a lead. It's only 12 because we've been bowled out for under 200. Again, we are woefully poor. Belgrave top scores with 35. Starts throughout. 100 to win. They're 112 all out. They actually batted 52 overs here. We held them strong. Ned 2 for 15, going at 1.01 and over. Thorn with 4. We're on top. Surely a series win. A series win in style. Charles, 81 not out off 79 balls. Didn't even bat him that aggressive. Takes his average up to 31. Could he be a player? The answer to that is probably no. But what do we like? Opening partnership was pretty good. Lewis had another good series averaging 41 and then this huge drop off. The downfall of Shy Hope is real. We need another wicket keeper. And with the ball we got heaps from Ned. 4 at 11. But Gamroop 16 at 16. He's back to his best. And the world rankings, well, somehow we're only on 63 points. So that will do us for today. We retain our, oh my days, in Ireland might overtake us. We've got a long way to go, but we drew against Bangladesh. We beat Zimbabwe, but we lost 8 games in between. In terms of batting, we've got no one in the top 12, and in fact, you have got to go a long way. 40th in the world is our best batter. We've got a long way to go there, but with the ball, Isaiah Thorne in 2nd, Ned in 5th, Gamroop in 9th. On the all-rounder train, Gamroop in 8th, Ned in 9th. This is a long journey. This is going to take a lot of gumption, a lot of power to try and keep working through all the issues that we've got. And just for the record, no, we did not win the T20 World Cup. Where are we in the other world rankings? We're 11th in ODI cricket and 10th in T20s. That makes me feel better that it's not just me. But we did beat Bangladesh at one-day cricket. But anyway, we're going to be back for season number 8 next time. We'll get all the stats loaded in, see if we can come up with another way of finding players. But I do generally feel on the test match front, this calendar year, there's some positives to take away. In Hilton and Lewis, we've got a middle order. 24 years old, 23 years old. We've got a middle order. Both average 40 on the year in a difficult year where we lost 8 games straight. Lewis an opener. Charles could be an opener. Belgrave had a poor year in difficult conditions. We still need a couple more bats. And with the ball, still solid. Ned, Gamroop and Thorne, incredible. I think it's time to look at moving on from Jaden Seals. He's averaging 31. I think we might be able to find someone better than him to come into the team. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next time.